Despite the term's popularity in left-wing circles, the idea of cultural appropriation is not left-wing. It shares far more with 19th century racial essentialism, bourgeois etiquette policing, and the history of American segregation than it does with socialist theory. Here's why. 1. Cultures aren't intellectual property. Applying a Western capitalist legal framework to human culture is anthropologically bizarre. 2. Cultures are hybrid. We use Roman letters, Arabic numerals, Norman loanwords, etc. This is true everywhere on Earth, sometimes as a product of hegemony and conquest, and sometimes of migration, intermarriage, trade, learning, teaching, and exchange. Trying to delineate and fiercely patrol the borders of cultures is an impossible task, and it's frankly weird for left-wingers to engage in it. 3. Cultures are fluid. Trying to rigidly declare that Qipao belong to the Han people or that braids belong to Africans is quixotic and usually hilariously historically ignorant. 4. Ethnic groups don't have homogeneous opinions. There are Japanese people who get mad if white girls wear kimono, and there are Japanese people who are delighted about it. Cultural appropriation theory completely erases this internal diversity, ironically embracing 19th century ideas of racial essentialism and declaring that there is a single orthodox view for each ethnicity to hold. 5. It mistakes rudeness or stupidity for real harm. Sure, some people can be annoying and you wish they wouldn't wear sombreros, but left-wingers should do their best to focus on real material harms: healthcare, housing, education, public transport, war, physical safety. Obsessing about boutique campus culture politics and tone policing is pretty bougie and makes the left seem fundamentally unserious. 6. Some of the greatest art comes from cultural exchange and hybridity, and concocting elaborate racial bloodline tests to aggressively police artists is a terrible idea. 7. It's inconsistent. Humans are hybrid too, and their physical phenotype doesn't always correspond to their genetics. Can a white-presenting half-Jamaican wear dreadlocks? Why are we even talking about this? We sound like Victorian phrenologists. Break out the calipers, Jeeves. I need to know if I'm racially allowed to wear floral patterns. 8. It reinforces racial hierarchy. White people don't get mad when Chinese kids study Beethoven or when Ethiopians wear blue jeans. Cultural appropriation theory creates a one-way gatekeeping system that effectively makes European culture normative, strong, and universal, and all other cultures parochial, vulnerable, and ethnic. That's counterproductive, even if you are a big fan of identity politics. 9. At heart, cultural appropriation theory is about segregating races. It does so with arguably good intentions, or at least protective, paternalistic intentions, but it's about segregation nonetheless. 10. It reinforces racial categories. Do you actually want people to politically organize around their racial heritage, or would you rather they organize around their collective material class interests? Now, there are cases of overt blasphemy, mockery, or stolen valor that are pretty offensive, but most accusations of cultural appropriation are usually made within left-wing circles and leveled against people who clearly have no ill intent. Cultural appropriation theory alienates well-meaning, open-minded people from left-wing causes. It creates an atmosphere of anxiety, witch hunting, and retreat, causing people with class solidarity to walk on eggshells around each other and self-segregate, or encouraging them to take offense at harmless gestures. None of this is healthy for diverse communities or for left-wing politics. Cultural appropriation theory has run its course, and it's time to lay it to rest.